My name is David Brannick. I'm one of the counselors with Loving Counseling and Consultation. I want to talk about anxiety because that's something that most everybody experiences at some point. The words anxiety and fear are often used interchangeably, but there is a big difference between the two. Fear relates to a clear and immediate danger, something that could happen to us. For example, suppose you're walking through the woods and you round a corner and there's a snake curled up in your path right in front of you, and you don't know if it's poisonous or not. So you begin to feel great distress. Well, that's fear because there's a snake right in front of you. It might be poisonous. Anxiety, on the other hand, has to do with worrying about things that might happen in the future, but that might not happen. For example, if you're thinking about walking down a dark alley at night, and you begin to worry about that. You start thinking about all the things that could happen when you walk down that alley. Well, you're not actually doing it. You're in no danger of being attacked, but you're worrying about something that may happen but may not happen. That's anxiety. It's more general. It's more unfocused. So fear is something right now that really could happen. Anxiety, it might happen, but it would be in the future. Well, whether we're experiencing fear or anxiety, it can still feel the same inside of us. We can get really tense. We can get really stressed out. So what can we do to settle down? The first thing to do is take some deep breaths. Breathe. Take a deep breath. That turns on our body's calm down response. The brain, the rational part of our brain, is like the thumb of this hand, and the four fingers are the parts of our brain that communicate to the rational part of our brain. But if we get really freaked out, we flip our lid, so to speak. And when that happens, we can't communicate with the rational part of our brain. So if somebody is really freaked out, telling them, well, just calm down, doesn't do any good, does it? It can't, because the rational part of their brain, it can't communicate. Take a deep breath first. And then they'll be able to logically understand and be able to settle down. So the deep breathing turns on our body's calm down response. While we're doing that, or right after we've done that, there's a grounding technique, which means it grounds us back to the present, called the 5-4-3-2-1 technique. So we begin with 5 things that we can see. So wherever we are, indoors, outdoors, we look around and we think of 5 things in our field of vision, and we name them to ourselves. Then there are 4 things that we can touch, and we can actually physically reach out and touch. Right? And we do that. Then think of 3 things that we can hear. We stop and we listen. Okay, I hear that. I hear that. Okay, hear that. And then 2 things that we can smell. And then 1 thing that we can taste. And by doing that, 5 things we see, 4 things we touch, 3 things we hear, 2 things we smell, 1 thing that we can taste, we are not thinking about whatever it was that we were worried about that may or may not happen in the future. So the 5-4-3-2-1 grounding technique, along with deep breathing, that helps to break the cycle, to break those anxious thoughts, get us back to the immediate present. We're safe. We're okay. This is free. It's easy. We can do it as many times as we need to. So I hope this will help you. Thank you.